Welcome back. You're watching In Focus. It's time for Africa Health Network update. Health reporter Linord Moudou joins us now with to tell us about her conversation with a very special guest. Hello, Linord.
Hello, Vincent, and hello, everyone. Well, Ghanaian Vice President John Dramani Mahama was recently here in Washington, and I had the opportunity to speak with him about why women's health is an important part of his agenda and the need to raise awareness for diseases like breast cancer, something that has personally touched his life. Mr. Mahama, thank you so much for your time. Women's health is something very important to you. As I was reading about you, why is it so important?
Often, if you look at the role that women play in Africa, women are busy looking after us, looking after children, looking after adults, you know, that often they don't have enough time to pay attention to their own health issues. And so I think that it's important for men, you know, to empathize with women and, you know, really bring issues of women's health up. Women have a lot of reproductive issues. They have a biological role that nature gave them to bear children. And that comes with a lot of issues to do with health. They have issues with the breast. They have to breastfeed us as children. And so if they have any challenges in respect of health, for us men, what we can do is to be supportive and to, you know, help them, you know, overcome those challenges. And
what type of support do you think that a man can bring to his wife or his sister or his mother to help her through that process of staying healthy?
I think the most important issue is awareness. There are a lot of challenges that women are not aware of, or they're just too busy to pay attention to. And I think that for men, we should bring their awareness to it. One of the reasons why I'm conscious of this is my stepmother died of breast cancer. And breast cancer has become a major issue in Africa in terms of one of the most traumatic experiences that women go through.
I attended the Race for the Cure recently in Ghana, and you were there for this edition, and you were there for the first edition last year. So obviously it's something very personal to you.
Yeah, I guess I'll be there every year because I think it's an issue that we need to take up. The thing about breast cancer is that a lot of those who die from it die because of ignorance. Most women don't recognize the signs. And so by the time they realize that there's a problem, it's developed to a stage where it becomes difficult to control. So I think that one of the things we should do is to create awareness.
When I was in Ghana, and even when I traveled around Africa talking to women about these issues, a lot of women talk about misconception. Some people think it's a curse. Some people think it's anything but a pathology. So how do you see this issue being addressed in the Ghanaian society?
We need to expand the awareness amongst women in all categories of society, mostly amongst rural women. They don't recognize the danger signs. And so if there's a lump in the breast, they don't think that it's anything that they should be concerned about. It is when they see a different manifestation of it in terms of a sore on the breast or something, by which case it has reached an advanced stage, they still might not go to the hospital. They might think it's somebody bewitching them or something. They might go to the witch doctor or to the herbal medicine practitioner, and they'll put all kinds of concoctions on it that sometimes aggravate and even worsen the situation. So often by the time they realize it's pathological and they appear before the doctor and the doctor appraises it, it's in a stage where it is very difficult to manage. And so I think that the number one thing, the key thing, is awareness and screening. We need to make awareness and screening as universally available as possible.
What type of support or maybe a program the government is implementing or helping those who are in the field implement to help in this regard?
One of the things that government is doing is to, one, create awareness in terms of education, and then two, to make screening available as widely as possible for women, and to encourage women to come and screen regularly just to make sure that there's no problem. And then three, to make sure that treatment is available in the event that breast cancer is diagnosed. And so we have 2 treatment centers, one in the southern sector, one in the northern sector, where they have a radiotherapy department where they are able to give treatment. We want to create a 3rd one in the northern part of the country to provide services for cancers generally, but to zero in on breast cancers.
Now, it is said that healthy people make a healthy nation. How do you understand this as a leader?
Especially for women. A healthy mother makes healthy children. An educated mother makes educated children. We have a saying that is attributed to, one of our great thinkers in Ghana, Dr. Agre, that says that if you educate a woman, you educate a family. If you educate a man, you educate an individual. Because the mother, if you educate her, she takes care of the children, she educates the children, she imparts the education she has to the children. Fathers normally are busy with work and trying to provide for the family and all that. So I think that it is critical that we take interest in the welfare of women. And increasingly in Africa, a lot of the strictures that held women in bondage are being recognized and being removed. And so women are getting more opportunities in all kinds of spheres and things. And I mean, I'm having an interview with you. I mean, maybe in the past it would have been a man, so yeah. I mean, various frontiers are opening up to women, and we need to encourage our women to take advantage of them.
Women's health is important indeed. But before I let you go, if you were to send one message to men in general, Ghanaian men in particular, about men's health, what would you say is very critical?
I think that generally, I would say that our lifestyles are changing in Africa. We're not as physically active as we used to be in the past. We're more sedentary. We're tied to desk jobs. A lot of people are moving to urban areas. And so a lot of the lifestyle diseases that were not common in Africa are increasingly becoming common. Diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attack, and kidney problems, liver problems are all becoming an issue. But when it comes to cancers, the 2 most common cancers are prostate cancer for men and breast cancer for women. My stepmother died of breast cancer. My dad died of prostate cancer. So for me, that is an issue to be conscious about. I think men should check their PSAs, regularly. And if you see any abnormality in the movement of your PSA, go do a biopsy and see whether there are any cancers in your prostate. And once we do that, I'm sure that people will live a longer, meaningful life.
And that's our Africa Health Network report for today. For more information on today's health story and more, be sure to visit our website at africahealthnetwork.com. Vincent?
Well, thanks a lot, Linord. And be sure to watch Linord Moudou's informative Africa Health Network reports every Tuesday and Thursday right here on In Focus.